chat.
I'm sharing this to groups, and we are launching Mittens tonight. And
Should I do it? Should I do it?
Do it. Do it.
I'm hitting it. Ah! That was like the perfect fumble. Fumble at the end zone. Hey!
All right, Mittens is live. What am I doing? And now I should do this. And yeah, so if you like cats in space, go back it. The link is in the comments of this stream, and it'll be all over Facebook not Instagram, Facebook, our bio link on Instagram, anywhere else that we have a bio link, Twitter, in a matter of minutes. So, yeah. So, what was your favorite thing about making issue 3?
I've mentioned it before, but it's the costume design, like the different costumes that he wears.
Yeah, it's cool that he has like a different one in this.
Yeah, I think that was like one of my favorites. I think that, and then like expanding the cast of characters, like
yes,
it was. I can't believe how many different characters are in this book. Like so many characters, but it makes it fun. It feels like we've come so far with Mittens, just all the way from the first issue.
Yeah, it's crazy that we are on the 3rd issue.
The end of this arc.
It is the end of an arc. We're kind of doing that with a lot of our books. But this is the only one that's got a cat in space. They need to make like an easier way to just share it to like a bunch of groups instead of having to like do this like this.
That's exactly what they don't want you to do.
And then I'll get like denied out of like a couple of them.
Denied. No stairway. Denied. Don't mind me. I'm just quoting Wayne's World.
So we do have a couple rewards that like reward tiers and items that we're bringing back from like previous campaigns. I did have graphics. So
you got
issue
that?
1. So I don't have like the full graphic. I have like the item picture. So issue 1, we had Oscar Paughton's flash drive, and that was like a huge hit for some crazy reason. People wanted a flash drive, which is a really cool idea. So we brought that back because there is another flash drive in issue 3, but it's a brand new character, and that's Alice's flash drive. It's got a bunch of cool things on it, and I'm not just saying that because I don't know what's on the flash drive. There's a few things on there that are pretty cool and like never seen before. Concept art, a few other things. The last flash drive reward, the people that got the flash drive, I actually put something on there, but it's not, like a virus, not a virus.
I hope not.
The last thing I had on there was coupon codes for our website that we used to have, and then we rebuilt our website, and they actually worked, and nobody used them. So I'm not doing that for this one, even though our website is completely different and all that fun stuff. But yeah, so we're gonna have some cool things on there. Just
Well, yeah, we have a lot of behind the scenes potential.
yeah,
And this one and the previous issue 2, we didn't get a chance to do much behind the scenes with issue 2, so there's going to be a lot on that flash drive.
yeah, that's true.
Plus, I was thinking about doing some behind the scenes of the animation for issue 3,
Ooh, really cool.
kind of showing the breakdown of like how I animated it and stuff. So
Ooh.
that might be that will definitely be on the flash drive.
Another thing that we're something that we're not bringing back, but we're bringing it back in add-ons, is the Nintendo 64 parody prints. We're not. We didn't make a new one because we have a bunch of the the previous ones, and we're selling them at conventions and stuff. And there's the Diddy Kong Racing one you can get as an add-on, but a lot of people don't know what that game is for some reason, which I thought is insane because I played that as a kid for like a lot of time. So we do a little game at our table, and we're like, oh, if you can figure out what game this is, then you'll get it for free. And there's only like 1 or 2 people that have actually guessed it. So I think that's hilarious. But
yeah, that's really surprising.
Yeah, and then some people are like F-Zero, and I'm like, no, that's actually a game I haven't played, but I know of it. But instead of that, we are doing an Aliens parody print. Yeah, there it is. You can get it as an add-on or under certain reward tiers. You can grab it.
Yeah, we had come up with that idea on like a live stream during Mittens too.
Yep. Yeah.
And we were just like, this is just too good of an idea.
We asked for we polled a bunch of people. Well, we didn't poll a bunch of people, so we had 4 different images of like movie posters or whatever when we were thinking of doing the cover for that 3rd issue. And the one that won was Dune, which is great because that's the one I wanted in the first place. But there's Akira, Dune. I think Aliens was actually supposed to be a cover, but instead we made it the print because it's still like a great idea. And, there was another one.
Blade Runner. That was my
Blade Runner, which would have been awesome too. There's always the trade. So
yeah, honestly, there's always the trade, and that I might give that a shot for the trade. We'll see how it goes.
yeah, okay. But yeah.
We have. I'm trying to get this thing. I'm trying to update this add-ons thing. We have this really cool variant cover.
Oh, we do have a very cool variant.
Which I am.
So since we did the first issue of Mittens on Kickstarter, we were trying to get a variant cover from these 2 people. Gwen, I can't say her full name, so I'm just going to call her Gwen. Gwen DeGault, I think that's how you say her last name. And Gregbo Watson. They asked if they could do a cover like when we put the first one out, and I was like, sure, that'd be awesome. And it took like 3 years, but we finally got the cover, and like after like a couple obstacles of them jumping through and all this other stuff, we did that, and it's really cool. And you can get that as an add-on or on our variant cover tier.
Yeah, I will have an image up on the updated add-ons in just a second. It's the only thing I forgot to do. Out of the 85 things that I needed to remember to do.
So many groups.
So many groups. So little time.
Okay. I shared it to like every group I can. Very excited about issue 3. Yeah. Yeah. I'll actually be on Ian's show, I think, this Saturday. So, yeah. Yeah.
Saturday or Friday?
I think it's Saturday. I don't know. I'll look again at the calendar. What day is it? Oh, it might be Friday.
Yeah. I thought so.
And then John is, of course, here. Wow. Okay, that jumped very fast. I wonder who
it
the
did.
second.
Let me. Yeah, right.
There
it is. There's a variant cover.
Oh, so sick.
Oh, it looks great. Just the colors they use, they're so cosmic and fun. Like, I love it.
Yeah. So that cover, Gwen had a cat that passed away, I think 2-3 years ago. And that cat is on this cover along with another cat of hers. And I think Greg Bowe's cat is also on there, Professor Floof. And I said we could actually probably add them to a story at some point because we have our Ashcan series thing that we want to do, which is also a stretch goal. So not like we try to rush to stretch goals yet, but yeah, that's a thing that we're going to try to do. There's a thing that we haven't offered yet until this issue, and it's you can enter the Mittensverse with your pet. So not with your pet, like your pet would. You have to, like, you just have to watch your pet be famous. Yeah, that's Marshall. That picture of Marshall, and he's part of Oath of the Litter, which is a group that Mittens was a part of at one point, and then had a little falling out. Fell off that scratching post now. But yeah, so there was an ash can with Marshall and Mittens that we're hoping to hit during this campaign. I think it's 2,000 or maybe 3,000.
It's somewhere. I want to say. Actually, that's a really good question. Let me pull that up.
I think it's a second, or it's a third.
3,000. It'll be at 3,000.
The milestone up here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's one of the things. We want to do more ash cans, so like hopefully we can first unlock that one and then keep going. We have a plushie again, but this time it's not Mittens. It's Griff because I like pandas and I wanted a panda plushie, even though it's not going to be mine. Like I had an extra one made, and my girlfriend is going to be getting that one, so she'll put it next to her million other stuffed animals that she has.
Yeah, and then there's that flash drive we had been talking about, Alice's flash drive.
Yeah, it's got stuff on it and things.
Stuff and things.
There's a new sticker that we're offering, and it's Griff's ship, which we love the name of. And it's called a BAM Booster, the BAM Booster. It parts of it is made up of bamboo. You don't just see the ship in this comic. There's other things that you'll be seeing in it. So, yeah, but
yeah, I've already done like the interior design for it. That's probably another thing that you'll see on like Alice's flash drive is like
what kind of stuff it has on the flash drive.
Yeah, the layout of the ship.
Yeah, things. Gareth.
Well, things and stuff.
Things and stuff. The perfect blueprint of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No.
Well, I have to have another blueprint on there.
Actually, we could probably have something that has to do with centre, because you have to say it fancy like that.
Centre.
There's a lot of cool scenes. Well, not because I wrote the thing, but there's some really cool fight scenes in this one. Speaking of fight scenes, look at these transitions, though, yo.
Oh,
it's like we're
good job.
Ian of Triple Threat Comics came to me in a dream. No, he came to me like last year, and and was like, "Thanks, Brian." That's all Josh.
Thanks, Brian.
He asked if he could make a shirt design for this issue, and I was like, if you want, that would be cool. And he made a cat foo shirt, so you can grab the shirt on the limited tier. There's only 5 of them because I don't like doing shirts that much. So yeah, even though my next Kickstarter, I'm gonna have 2 different shirts, 2 different designs.
We're gonna have 50 shirts by the end of all this. It's fine.
Yeah. Actually, what I want to do is all my clothes. So when the upstairs is done and we actually have like our walk-in closet, if like most of my shirts are just from like indie creators, I would be completely fine with that because I got like a shirt from Lucky 33. So
there you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So just make sure you back Mittens. The link is in the. I almost said description in the comments. And yeah, I'm going to play the really cool trailer that I should have been playing a million other times, but I didn't. So now
she did.
Oh wow, 8 backers! Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're flying on through. I tell you that much.
That's cool. I did do a Substack post, like it's scheduled at 4/7, so I wonder if that helped out. But yeah, so Josh animated that trailer.
Sure did.
It's like fully animated, and we didn't have one for the second one because he was busy with other things, and I don't think I even had the money to do it anyway. But this next time around, we're gonna try to animate 1, 2, and 3 together, and
that's so cool.
I can't wait. So, but don't wait for that. Back it now. There's a lot more.
We gotta figure out what I'm gonna.
What?
What's up?
Oh, I was saying there's a lot more to the Mittensverse.
Yes, there is I mean, like we said, this ash can for one thing, is hopefully a series of ash cans, mini adventures from when Mittens was younger, and then more installments in Mittens' story, other characters that we want to focus on. So like, there's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, it's not stopping anytime soon. This is the end of the first plot arc, though, so you won't see new Mittens stuff for like a year or two, be a year, like a year. I don't know.
Well, and I think that's where the ash cans will end up coming in handy. We'll be able to do some of these, keep Mittens in the loop, and have some of these little flashback adventures from when he was younger, and that way we're not missing out on new Mittens stuff.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That way he doesn't just like fade into obscurity.
Wait, he is the titular character, so
yeah.
We don't want to miss out on what he's doing or what he did.
Yeah. There's a one-shot story that will be revealed later, probably on our virtual expo is when we'll actually like talk more about that. It's a different character. It's not Mittens. We have plans and things already set in motion. So
it's Mittens' gun. The entire thing follows his gun.
It's just an anthology of like the blaster going to different areas.
An inanimate object, just like oh my god. That'd be amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, Luke mentioned something about the coloring looks somewhat better. I didn't notice anything different, but somehow it's better in this one than the other ones.
I mean, helps that I get better and better every year.
I didn't notice anything different, but
it's probably I do a lot more rendering.
It's
It's like if you kind of look at like the lighting on the characters, there's a lot more like I don't know, there's more depth to the lighting because like compared to especially with like this shot of Griff here. In the previous issues, I've kind of just kept things like flatter, just because I liked the, it was simpler, but I felt like I wanted to try my hand at doing a little more detail, and I think it's paying off. I think like this just looks so cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's fancier.
I like when he gets grabbed by that gadget and then he just flies.
Oh my god. Right? It's this like we said, like this book is like so fun. Like the just the variety of stuff that happens. Like there's a lot of scenes, they go a lot of places, they meet a lot of people. We get to it reveals some things about certain characters that we haven't really seen before. So like it's this issue is like where it all comes together. It's really cool.
It's also the longest of the three.
Well, and that's true. It's going to be 30 pages, which the others have been around like 26, 27, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So there's definitely a bit more in this one. So
there's a really cool scene. There's multiple scenes that are really cool, but there's a really cool scene of a certain character that I can't wait to actually see. Yeah. I think you already know.
I have no idea what you're talking about, and may or may not have drawn some of this. What are you talking about?
Can't wait. So
it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why I'm excited for the trade. Once we get there, we're still got to get through 3 and all that, but just like future Mitten stuff, I'm excited for, just because like we can really dive into some of the other aspects. Oh my gosh, like in the one shot that you've written at the end with some sci-fi stuff that I like drawing, like it's gonna be amazing.
I made sure to add that in there.
I appreciate that you like cater to the kind of stuff I like to draw.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I want that in a comic. Well, I wanted it in a comic. I just didn't know how to add it. And then I was like, oh, I can do it here.
Feels
So,
pretty natural, to be honest. So,
can you make a retail tier for 8 copies of issue 3 to complete my set?
oh, instead of because we did the 6 this time.
I guess. Of just issue 3.
Who is that? Is that John?
Yes.
Should have guessed.
So why? Wait, you still have? I thought you were giving it away on like Halloween or something. I don't even know if this would be out. Well, maybe it would be out around Halloween time. But...
We got 10 backers so far.
Wow, it's going faster than ink.
It's a blue cat in space, man.
It is.
It's hard to beat.
Cats in space. It's beating a tattooed superhero. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
What's going on with that? What's up with that?
What is up with that?
What's up with that? I don't have any more. Oh, but yeah, I think it's really cool. Like if you choose the tier to have your pet drawn in, we do have a scene in mind for where your pet would go.
Yeah, because we talked about like with this one, the idea is that like when you get the survey after the Kickstarter, we'll have kind of a multiple choice list of questions that you fill out to kind of get an idea of how we can better translate the character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I had an idea of like, so Slugger is like a cyborg, like pug. So if somebody else is a pug, and not like saying all pugs are cyborgs in Mittens, but you could be another one, or you could be like a cat that, I don't know, is dressed a certain way or something. So you could also be a guardsman, maybe. So we could probably do something like that.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot you can do with that. And that's why we realized like this would be the perfect opportunity because we have already done this since we've done this with your cat. Like, why not, open this up to other people's pets as well? Because it's just like a lot of fun to translate people's pets into the comic.
Yeah. Calling all furries. Yeah. It's actually so easy, like to sell at a convention because all I have to do is say, "Do you like cats?" And usually it's to a person that's wearing a furry costume of some sort, or just someone that has a cat tail or something. And they're like, "How did you know?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm not psychic, so."
But I might be. I don't know.
It's actually really funny. I only had like a few people. I'm like, "Oh, do you like cats?" And then they're like, "No." And I was like, "Oh, wow, okay, that's like a first."
Well, whatever, man. All right.
Do you like dogs? I don't like any animal. I'm like, oh, geez, sorry, serial.
Just keep walking, man. And this table is not for you.
Yeah, go away. Other things do we have? Trading card. Like every campaign we do for any comic of ours, we have a trading card for it each campaign. It looks like Marshall's like just sitting like a human on the bed here. It looks really weird.
Nice.
Weird. So this time around, so we have Cosmo, Slugger, and Mittens trading cards. You can get them as add-ons, or you can just get it under the tier that is for. If you want our Pokemon Foe card set, it isn't Pokemon. You can get our sketch cover tier, which people always get that one. The last 2 campaigns, I think it sold out both times. So, Josh does like he has like different questions in the survey, and then he draws like whatever those certain things are. And this is the only tier to get those. I think it might be in it. No, I don't think it's an add-on. Right? It's only in this tier.
It's only in this tier. Yep.
Yeah. And I also said yes to that because we have to print more anyway for conventions, because that is one thing that actually hooks people to come to our table. Who would knew that? Like, people like Pokemon.
No idea.
But yeah. So we have that. There's only five of those. Five of those? Yeah, there's five of those.
5.
Oh,
Yep.
is there five of those?
I think it was like 2 or 3 last time. I think I kind of upped the limit a little.
Oh, okay. Is it? I thought there was
Something like that. I don't remember. Oh, it could have been more. Maybe it was 5. I don't know. I'm just here.
I'm gonna just double check. Oh, somebody already got entered the Mittensverse. That's crazy.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Drawn somebody's pet. Cool.
Yeah.
See it.
Yeah.
If my computer will handle it, did you want to check out some of the like animation clips breakdown, like showing how I put together some of the shots?
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
If it can handle it.
Yeah, we'll see if this will actually work.
My back is like messed up. I think I told you why.
Yes, because of work. Yeah, don't kill yourself at work, please.
Yeah, I fell onto a step like directly on my spine, and then my boss just like laughs it off. So I'm like, oh, okay. It's not like I hurt myself, and I'm like struggling to walk and things. Like, this chair is supposed to help with, lumbar and stuff, because it's my dad's chair that he gave to me, and yeah.
Right.
Do you want me to share this screen or share a different screen?
I'm going to use. Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen from this, like from my laptop here. And if my laptop doesn't blow up, then we'll be fine. All right, let me hop over to. So the cool thing about this shot, like the way I animate this stuff, is that I will take like the separate pieces from like Photoshop, and then bring this is Adobe After Effects, where you can like. Yes, where you can you it's like motion graphics and stuff. And so like essentially like the ship that's like flying by here, those are all like separate animation cells from Photoshop that I like imported. And then all of the ships that are like, I have them all like slightly, the big ships are like slightly moving. And then this big like red thing on the bar here is like an object that it's not a visual object, but it's an object that everything's like attached to. And so I can like move everything all at the same time to make it look like the camera's like panning. And so that's why you get that like effect of how everything's like, you see how like all these like white squares are like all moving.
Yeah.
They're all moving at the same time at the same speed to get that effect of like camera movement.
Wow.
And like, yeah, it's crazy. It's taken me a while to figure out how to effectively do this, and it's now that I have, it's like it's really paid off.
It's sick.
Yep. And it's frustrating because I think in the trailer, the city background gets cut off because of just like the way that it was like edited together, which is a bummer. But it's not the end of the world. But it was like it was just like I remember drawing that and putting it in there. I was so excited, and then when I edited the trailer together, I was like, "Oh, you don't even get to see the city." Shit.
I didn't even notice the city until now. So.
Yeah, and like I said, I think it edits like the cut is like right here. And so like this entire like part of the animation doesn't even like show up in the trailer. So, but I guess that's just part of how that works. And then like in this shot with Quackers is really cool. This is like mostly animated in Photoshop. There's just a little bit of the camera movement, the zoom in is all done here, but the screen flickering, like there's little lights on the panels back here, like are actually like moving and flickering, and that's done all in Photoshop. And then these are just like the foreground. Actually, there's like the background plate. There's Quackers up on his pedestal, and then we have each of the foreground. And then everything kind of moves separately to like recreate the sense of movement. And that's how we get that kind of like, because like you'll see like the guys on the left and the right are slightly moving out of frame, and that's how you get that like sense that like the camera's moving closer. It's wild.
Crazy. Commissioner Quackers.
And then like literally this is great because it's like let's see. Like the foreground thing is just all done in Photoshop. Where it's just like speed lines just like changing to make it look like we're like speeding past. And then the trees are just like moving upward. Like just
if I know how to do this and Photoshop, that would be sick. I don't.
It's a combination of a lot of shit.
I can animate in Blender.
See, and I have never played with Blender, so I have no idea what I'd be doing there. So
it took me like 2 hours to make a hot dog like in Blender, but you know.
To make a hot dog.
Yeah, like you put the hot dog in the bun and then the ketchup on it. It took 2 hours to make. I like his fingers just like tapping on the.
You know, I recorded my own hand doing that.
Oh, really?
And use that as reference to animate.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, it came in handy.
So you are Oscar Potton.
I am Oscar. This is I the part of Oscar Potton will be played by Josh tonight.
Oscar's paw is Josh.
Yep. Well, so I learned something recently. This is like a really random fact that reminds me when in Lord of the Rings when Shelob is like wrapping up Frodo, and you see like Sam's arm come into frame with like the sword. That's Peter Jackson, the director's arm.
Oh.
They didn't have the guy that played Sam. What the fuck is his name? They didn't have him there on set that day, and so he literally just like put the shirt on. He's like, "I'm gonna film myself doing this."
Oh,
like, that's so cool. Crazy.
I did not know that. I've watched that movie 1,000,000 times.
Right, but that's the funny thing is like you would never know.
Yeah.
I really like this. Like this scene got cut down a lot because of like pacing and the editing. But this little like machinery that she has that has like these little like lights blinking.
Oh, I noticed every single light beeping and blinking on every single like in every single scene. So I think it's like the coolest thing ever.
Thank you for appreciating the blinks and beeps and bips.
That was actually the ID cards was actually like going to be a reward item, but we didn't know how to like implement it as like a reward.
Yeah, I don't know how we would have done that effectively.
Because I tried doing it for the Scales campaign, and then when I had it printed, I was like, "Wow, that was a very bad idea." Kind of like Alex from Lucky 33 had that like cassette tape, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll never do that again." That's probably a thing. Like I like doing things like that, but that's just something I probably won't ever do again. Is because like I have to figure out some other way to put people in the story without making it super hard to do.
Well, that's exactly right. Like it's good idea and very, very time consuming and complex way to execute it is like they seem to go hand in hand, and it's really annoying.
It's just like, oh, only one person got that reward, and now I have to print just one. So I had to find like somebody to just do one, just to print all of them.
And well, like, right, exactly.
And then it's got their name on it, so I have to figure that out.
Yeah, that's as cool as it was, I think it was a good idea not to do the ID cards.
Yeah, I like his smirk in the video too.
Oh yeah. I forgot that's how that little thing ends. It's just like, burp. It's just like only a few frames.
still.
But yeah. So that's the animation. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just that, but that's kind of what they call it, the compositing, where you're just putting everything together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just the compositing aspect of it, and then there's just like a lot of work that went into behind that. But this opening shot of the ships is still, I think, my favorite of the whole thing. It's because it's just Star Wars, and it makes me so happy. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, and it makes sense.
I gotta change that.
All right, how are we doing over on
pretty well.
Hey,
yeah,
we are doing pretty good over here. I don't know if let's see. We're at 415 with 14 backers. That's very exciting.
What's even the first milestone? Let's see that. 500 followers. I like how it's the bam booster and the hauler.
Oh yes, the milestone meters.
Yeah, and I like the whole backer goal thing too. That's a very I like. I'm probably gonna do that for now on. So
this is a really efficient way of showing everything.
Yeah, I could easily do that on Seer Chronicles 3 because each character could mean like a different milestone kind of thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, so John said, kudos to you. Thank you. The animation was Josh. The art was Josh. The Kickstarter page was Josh. I wrote the book.
Oh man, when you put it like that.
I wrote it. I came up with the idea, and then he helped make it a real thing.
I do that. I help make things real.
They make things real. Oh yeah, so John wants like just issue 3 as 8 copies. I don't know. Maybe if you limit it to 1 and you just
Hey, we could do that. We could make a new one and just limit it to 1.
the John tier or something. I don't know.
That is very true.
I wish the one thing that I wish Kickstarter had that Indiegogo has, I think they still have it, is they have like a secret reward, and if you could have a link to a specific reward and you could only give that out, I think that would like actually help on Kickstarter. I never can think of things like that when Kickstarter actually asks questions, but but that would be a thing. Like so for like a retail tier, I would actually give those to just shops, and then that way I wouldn't have to. Nobody would know that it exists except like a shop or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder if the Griff plushie will sell as well as Mittens.
I don't know. He's pretty cool. He's got a bamboo staff and he's got shoulder pads, or he will have shoulder pads.
He will have shoulder pads.
How cool is that?
I like pandas, so come on.
Oh, do you want to? I had. Never mind. You got it.
I was looking at it. I was like, oh yeah, I got it. If you are a shop, a comic book store of some kind, but we do have a retail tier. Change it up a little from the past. So instead of 8 copies, it's 6. Still probably wouldn't be able to fit those into a Gemini mailer. I tried. I was able to do 8 for issue 1, but like, can't fit 16 into a Gemini mailer.
Probably not.
So I had to use a box, and then weighs more.
Sounds exhausting.
Yeah. What sucks is shipping is going up when this comes out. So,
Yep.
yep. So then it goes back down after like January something.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah. Them holidays though.
Thanks, holidays.
What else? What else?
Oh man.
So if you want to back Mittens, the link is in the comments. And it's plastered. It will be plastered all over Facebook. Our bio link. We got Instagram and stuff. What? How did I go there? Yeah, so back Mittens, if you like cats and stuff, pandas, dogs, ducks, any kind of animal.
There probably will be a lions, tigers, and bear. What lions and tigers and bears? Oh my, joke in there somewhere at some point. So
That'd be hilarious.
just have to get there.
Eventually.
It's amazing. Who's your favorite character? I think out of all of Mittens so far. Honestly, hold on. Let me make this easier visually.
So Slugger was my dog.
So you have a bias.
But like, Griff probably, just because I like pandas a lot.
I'm really liking Griff too. I think like every character is interesting, but Griff is just cool.
Yeah, like this is where he like actually shines this issue.
Yeah.
And it just gets better.
I mean, he's like literally shining in this panel. I wanted to make sure like his introduction to this is the first time we ever see him talk to Mittens. So I was like, he's got to have like a fancy introduction.
This issue is actually not just cool because it's the third issue of Mittens. It has a lot of this issue and the second issue have Easter eggs that connect to our other comics, but of course you don't need to read the other comics to have things being connected. Eventually it connects. But there's a thing in there's like a glance and you miss it kind of thing in issue 2. And in this one it's not like it is Easter egg, but it's like you find out that someone is way more important than you think he is. I said he. Who is it? Who is it?
Out of all of the characters, we have one female character. So I don't know.
It's definitely Commissioner Quackers.
It's got to be.
I was actually thinking, I was like, oh wow, we could have just brought back that keychain because like people like that keychain.
Oh, I forgot about that one. The rubber ducky keychain.
we could like probably do like a throwback thing or something near the end of the campaign. Be like, yeah, guys couldn't get this on the first one. Did you make that like special reward or?
I did not.
All right. You don't have to do that right now, but
I was gonna say I could if you want me to.
I don't know.
Well, we have to figure out the logistics of that.
You just price it as 8 comics.
Okay. If that's the case, then I can put that together right now.
Yeah. Which it would probably be like $5 more than the retail tier because, yeah. Unless if you price it a little different. Because it's just one comic. but it's 8 times. So I
True.
don't have. Yeah.
Let's see.
And, oh yeah, and there's another Easter egg that's in this issue that links to like a story like way in the future for other comics of ours. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you expected Mittens to just like keep taking off. Like,
Yeah, I didn't.
that was supposed to be something way farther down the line.
Yeah, like Mittens. So the original story was actually supposed to connect, like within our timeline. It was supposed to connect near the end of like Seer Chronicles' main story, and then because this did so well, um, we changed a few things, and so now this is like kind of happening while the other stuff is happening. So it all comes together.
All part of the plan.
Just turn your plan.
All right, so issue
What
3.
I just did with a few kibbles and bits.
Oh my god. Why did that kill me so bad? That was amazing. What the heck?
You just have Mittens dressed up as the Joker.
What's
Look
that?
what I did. We just have Mittens dressed up as the Joker. So
Halloween.
what I did with just a few kibbles and bits. Then somebody would be like Two-Face, like.
All right. Well, I know what I'm doing for the Halloween special.
DC would be like, no. Whenever you get to it. Okay. So, like, in 5 seconds.
Working on it. Is the shipping going to be the same?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to, like, it's, well, you just have to do United States. Unless if he magically moves to Antarctica or something.
I mean, maybe.
Oh my god. I don't know why that reminded me of The Thing. But if you did like a parody post art print of The Thing, I think that would scare children.
That would scare children.
Or Mittens.
Oh my god. Okay. So I'm going to put it at a slight discount price, but like, yeah. Because this is a specialty situation.
Yeah.
Where's my limit?
The limit does not exist.
What do you mean the limit doesn't exist? Dude, where's the limit? What?
It's there. It's smart.
Oh, there we go. No, that's time limit. I'm having a time over here.
I never did like a time limit. I don't think so. I don't think I ever did a time limit.
I guess that would be like an early bird special kind of thing.
Yeah, because I've never done an early bird special.
Yeah.
Oh, I could technically do that for Seer Chronicles. I have like a few reward tiers that are like based off of a diner kind of scene in Seer Chronicles.
Mm.
So I could literally have an early bird special as like that'd be funny.
That would actually be funny. It'd be very, very on topic. Okay, I made that tier for John. called the Cosmic Retailer Package Issue 3 version. Look at that. You see how we treat people? We treat people who come back to us with love. How close we're almost at 500. That's so exciting.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the same old thing. Cats in space, mittens in space, blue cats. these are all the hashtags.
Hashtag cat. Hashtag space. Hashtag cats in space.
You know, it's funny. It's exactly what goes when I'm posting. Let's see. I'm gonna look at my Instagram and see what my latest one was for Mittens.
Oh, mine is usually sci-fi comic. You can't do the same hashtags because then that like gets you shadow banned, which is people are like, that's not a thing, but it is. Dylan has said that if you do the same hashtags, they're like, oh, well, you're just rehashing the same. You're rehashing. So you have to like think of different ones that somehow relate to the post. So I try to do that.
Yeah, I try to alternate.
Yeah, but hashtags don't really matter as much anymore like they used to.
Which is sad.
Unless if it's TikTok, I think. That's really it. Even though it doesn't seem like it does anything on TikTok. Maybe I'm doing it wrong.
TikTok ghost clock.
Do you have a favorite scene in issue 3?
I mean, honestly, it's pretty much the entire ending. Like,
oh yeah, that's true.
It's pretty much once. I mean, this really doesn't spoil anything. It's once they get off the elevator, like from that to the end of the book is
that's
like
probably mine too.
Yeah, because there's just so much that happens in those. There's like three scenes, I think. Let's see. First one, second one. There's like 3.5 scenes, I think. Those are like all my favorite because there's just so much that happens. And pretty much any time too that like Griff interacts with Mittens, it's always a treat.
Yeah, there's that. Then there's the other one. People are like, "What are you talking about?"
I know, right? It's like,
I don't know. Just back it and read it.
What's your favorite scene? It's a scene in the movie.
It's a scene in the movie.
The scene in the movie you haven't seen yet.
The book was much better than the movie. Oh, you know what I liked about the movie? No reading. Take a nap after.
Amazing. All right, I'm gonna be wrapping up here in a minute.
Yeah,
we're almost at 8 o'clock.
I'm gonna
play
the trailer.
Yeah.
Again, and I'll just share the link. Here. That is not that, but just happened. That's like the entire Kickstarter. There we go. So, yeah, back Mittens. We're going to be doing a few live streams, be on a show or two, and see where this goes. See how fast we can get this funded.
That's the goal.
Yeah, because we have some really cool stretch goals. There's a really cool one that Dylan actually came up with.
Ooh, actually, yeah. We didn't get a chance to talk about that one. Oh yeah, that's true. It's not the graphic isn't up yet.
Oh, it's not.
No, because it's like it doesn't go up until we actually hit our goal.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it's a stretch goal. That's really cool. And I don't know why I never thought of it, but he came across. I think he was reading. He was not reading one. He was like looking at one at somewhere, at bookstore or somewhere.
He's like, we should do this with Mittens.
I was like, oh, that's a really good idea.
Solid idea. Yeah, honestly, like I think I've been excited for our stretch goals in the past, but this one, this issue, like we have so many, like every stretch goal I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be good.
So here's the trailer. Back Mittens, or he'll come to your house and use his blaster in a very friendly way. Whoa, okay. Now it's 511. That's a good way to end
Ayo. It's just the trailer, man. It's just
that. Obviously, the trailer.
It makes
Thank
all the
you for
difference.
those who backed, and make sure you share that out everywhere to share this too. We're gonna try to see how. Let's see if we can beat the first Kickstarter, which was the best Kickstarter we've ever done. Actually, I think both Kickstarters were the best that we've ever done. Yeah. We're probably gonna do another live stream at some other point in the near future. You have to figure that out. But Back Mittens link is in the comments. Plastered in 1,000 Facebook groups. Peace out.